I actually cannot believe I'm saying this, but Tarte brought back after 6 years their collaboration palette with Aspyn Ovard. And if you guys have been watching makeup YouTube and been in the beauty community for a while, you probably are very well aware of this palette because it was pretty viral back in the day. Since then, obviously this formula is pretty old now. I don't necessarily recommend using 6-year-old, you know, eyeshadow palettes because they do kind of lose their pigmentation over time, and you know, if you have sensitive eyes, it's probably not the best. And I have since decluttered my palette, which did make me very sad, but I am excited to have this again, and I want to see if it is just as good as I remember. I know eyeshadows have obviously changed in the last 6 years and have gotten much better, so I'm not expecting this to be like the most ultra pigmented, super shimmery metallics, but I just remember this being such a good everyday neutral palette. So when I saw that they were coming out with this again, I immediately had to order. It looks like it's still available as I'm filming this, and the packaging is the same as well. But yeah, this was so unexpected for them to come back out with this, but Aspyn and Tarte did re-release it, and this time I believe all the proceeds are going to childhood cancer as well for this palette, so it's not going to be around for very long. But I posted about this on my community tab the other day, and a lot of you guys were really excited about this as well. Obviously, it's basic neutrals. This packaging is super mirrored, so you are gonna get fingerprints all over this, but like, these are the tones I love and use for every day, and I feel like these tones definitely fit the style that makeup is right now. Like, we just kind of like the basics right now, so this makes me super happy. I know when I posted about this as well, a lot of you guys had mentioned that this palette reminds you a lot of Mel Thompson, who was a very popular beauty YouTuber back in the day who also loved this palette. She sadly did pass away, but this totally reminds me of her as well. So we're gonna play with this, and I want to see if it is just as good as I remember. So this palette does retail for $45. You do get 9 eyeshadows, a mix of mattes and shimmers, all very neutral colors. You also get a blush and a highlighter in here. I will say this is definitely not the most shade inclusive palette. This definitely fits, I would say, more lighter medium skin tones. I know that these colors worked very well for me with fair light skin. Thankfully, in the last years, brands have become way more inclusive with their eyeshadow shades. So, and I know Tarte had some issues back in the day as well with some of their foundation shade ranges, which has definitely improved over time. But yeah, I'm excited to go ahead and get into this. So let's go ahead and put some eye primer on. I do have foundation on already, but yeah, we're pretty much just gonna be playing with this palette today. I have to say, I have not used a Tarte palette in a hot minute, but these shades swatch so nice. Like, it is just as soft and creamy as I remember. The mattes just have this almost buttery like texture, so smooth, and then the shimmers actually do pack a punch. And I do remember there was some really good shimmers in this palette. I feel like when you look at the palette overall, it's like, that looks so boring, but then when you actually get into it, I'm like, okay, I remember why I love this so much. And yes, the shades swatched really good, but let's see how they perform on the eyes. So going into the palette here, let's go ahead and use this light kind of taupey shade in the crease called Unbothered. These are pretty soft shadows, and the kick up usually means that it's going to be an easy blendable formula. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Just make sure you're tapping off the excess on your brush, and we'll kind of build that into the crease area to build a little depth. But as you can see, that's a pretty good crease shade, I would say, for my skin tone. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of powder kick up with this formula. And I don't even remember if the old one had that much. I would assume so, because I feel like when I've played with some of their other palettes, their formula just is more of one of those soft ones with the powder kick up. Let's see if we can build that up a little bit, taking this more medium brown called Tea Time. Just using the same brush and kind of placing that in the crease, kind of more focused on the outer part, and blending those shades together. Super soft formula. And for that, I used the BK Beauty 211. Now taking this even smaller brush, the A504 from BK Beauty, I'm taking that same darker brown, the Tea Time that I used, well, medium brown, and going with this along the lower lash line. always like to kind of work in that same color there so it all blends together. Going back here with the BK211, let's take the darkest brown called Road Trip. This is probably an everyday look that I would do. And we're going to focus this in the outer corner. I kind of just place the product down. Oh my gosh, I can smell that signature vanilla scent now. I remember it had that. I couldn't smell it before, but it has almost that same scent that like the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes had, but this one's a little more vanilla smelling. I'm glad they kind of kept that. So this, we're working in that outer corner and softly blending that out. This shade is kind of wanting to act up on me, and I feel like it's looking a little bit patchy, so let's actually take a bigger brush and see if we can kind of cover more area here. That's definitely better, but it's definitely kind of sticking in some spots on the eye and not blending quite as well as the other shades I used. Like you can kind of see it's really wanting to stick right here, and I'm just gonna really have to work that back and forth. Just kind of adding some more as we go. And that's looking definitely a little bit better, but it's not like the easiest to work with, I would say, for that deeper matte brown. Going back to my small brush here and taking that same shade, mixed in on the lower lash line as well. Now I remember with the shimmers, I really like the shimmers with a wet brush. So I'm going to take this BKA 505 and dampen that. You can use water. I'm just having some Fix Plus on here right now. I'm kind of dabbing some of that excess water off so it's not too much. And I remember I love to use this bronze shade a lot. So let's go into Heart of Gold and we'll place this on the lid. It still has that really pretty shiny metallic formula that's not glittery, but it just gives a beautiful metallic, and it definitely seems like it's the same one that I really loved from the original. I know I used Endless Summer a lot too, that more champagne. I might try putting some of that in like the very inner portion. Ooh, that's pretty. Really shimmery too. This is such a flattering metallic formula. I think that's why I loved it so much. Because yeah, it's not glittery. It's going to be flattering for if you have fine lines. So yeah, the shimmers, they seem pretty much the same to me. I am just going to blend those colors together here. But I don't know why. I'm just disappointed in that dark brown, I think, the most. I mean, it's definitely workable. That one just seems harder to blend overall. I am trying to kind of blend this whole look together here. Alright, let's clean this up and we'll try out the blush and highlight in the palette. Let's try out the blush in this palette. I did go ahead and throw on a half lash. I did some bronzer and finished up the brows. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Made You Blush. I feel like when I swatched this one, it was actually more kind of neutral. It looks more pink in the pan. But this kind of has the same formula as the eyeshadows were. It's just a little bit powdery. It's almost leaning a little more warm tone. But definitely a powdery type of formula. Seems pretty buildable though, which is nice. I'm definitely getting some good color with this one. So that is how the blush looks. Just something nice and soft and natural. I really don't wear highlight as much as I used to. That used to be such a big thing back in the day. But we're going to use it today. Let's use this little BK N14. And we'll dip into the Pure Soul highlighter. This one looks like it's going to be glittery. Let's see here. Okay, it's not terrible. It actually looks much more natural on the skin. Just to give that nice soft glow. I was expecting it to be like beaming. But that actually looks really pretty. And again, it has that same kind of vanilla smell. Okay, now I really press that into the skin and you're getting way, way, way glow. Like, that is 2016 glow. We need to tone that down. I don't know why on this side it didn't look that insane. I think I just pressed it in too hard. And it does look a little glittery, I will say. So if you're not a fan of the glitter highlights, you probably won't like this, but you could also use this one as a shadow as well, or like an inner corner highlight. But let's powder that down a bit. So that is the full palette tried. Now I do want to go ahead and do my lips here. I have such a love-hate relationship with these Rhode lip shapes. I've been trying them out and I've been using them as, they're called a lip shape lip contour, technically not a lip liner, but you literally use it to line the lips, so I'm still calling it a lip liner. But the reason why I have a love-hate relationship with these is because, first of all, I absolutely love how these apply. They're so easy to just swipe on the lips. You can be messy with it. I know lip liner, it's sometimes like you put it there and it's kind of stuck there for a while. These are easily blendable and you just like go across the lips. Like, do you see how fast this is? And I am just swiping it and it is not messy at all. And it takes like literally 2 seconds to just kind of outline and fill those in. But like the tip of it is more like thick, like a lip crayon would be. The thing that kind of sucks about these is that they don't have much longevity and they kind of wear off really fast. Now you can easily smudge these out, and I get it that they're not meant to last long. I get that, but if I'm using something to outline my lips, use as a lip shaping or contour, I do want it to have some longevity to it. And this just does not really last that long, but I just love how easy it is to blend out and apply. This product has the internet up in arms because people are mad that they wipe away within like 1 second, but then there's the other people that are mad at people saying that because they're like, but they're not supposed to be long wearing. But it's like, you want all your lip products to at least last a little bit on the lips and not just wipe away, because like if you like swatch it, you could wipe this off in one swipe. Like, where'd it go? You know, that shouldn't happen. But on my lips, I wanted to film this because this actually just came back out. I'm really excited about this because this is the Summer Fridays birthday cake lip balm, and this one came out last year for their birthday around this time. It's also my birthday month, so I feel like this was just like kind of made for me. This sold out so fast last year and people were so upset they couldn't get their hands on it. Well, it is back. I don't know for how long. I don't know if it's permanent, but it's back, you guys. This is such a pretty natural Your Lips But Better, and it's Your Lips But Better with a slight shimmer. So let's go ahead and put this on. It smells so good too, like birthday cake. It smells like the most delicious vanilla as well, but you can see there's just like a very slight sparkle to it. I'm so excited they just brought this back again. If you've been wanting it, I'll link it down below. But that is this finished look here. I'm going to zoom you guys out a little more. So here's just kind of my in general thoughts as we tried out the re-release Tarte and Aspyn Ovard palette. This palette had such a hold on me, and it was just, you know, it brings back all the good memories. 2016, 2018 was kind of the era of makeup YouTube, and it was just so fun back then, and it's just so different now. There's products that release literally every single day. It's become so much, and back in the day it used to be like maybe one palette a month and everyone would get so excited about it. So it just reminds me of the good old days. I have to say though, I think the formula is definitely probably similar to what it used to be. I do think that. I remember the shades being so soft and creamy, but for today's standards, I mean, this is a cute palette. I like the look that we got, but for today's standards, I don't think it holds up. Just because there is so much better formulas out there. I had such trouble blending that darker matte brown. It was just almost like it was too powdery. It just didn't want to kind of move. It was sticking really bad. The shimmers are still, I think, fantastic in this palette. Super beautiful. I'm still going to reach into this one, I think. Maybe test out that shade a little bit more, see if it was my issue. But I think in general, I do have a lot of great neutral palettes out there, and palettes have gotten a lot better over the 6-year time frame. Just some of the classic palettes that I used to love, and I'm not lying by saying like I used to love these products. I don't like when you like can change your mind about something over years and people are like, you're a liar, you used to like that, why are you saying you don't like it now? Well, people's opinions change, people's preferences change. I used to love Briogeo hair care and now it doesn't work for me. I don't know, I just got like such a rude comment about that the other day, but your opinions can change over time as your preferences develop. And I mean, this was such a good palette back in the day, but things just change. I mean, it's been 6 years. We just have better formulas now. That's just my thoughts here on the Tarte Aspyn Ovard palette. I had so much fun playing with this today. I'm still happy that they came back out with this and I got to try it again and bring back so many memories from back in the day. Let me know, did you guys pick this one up? Do you remember this palette? Do you guys still use yours? Let me know. Has your quality kind of stayed the same over the years? Because yeah, this is 6 years old now. Of course, the re-release ones are brand newly made, but anyways, I just thought it would be fun to play with this today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested, I'll have all these products linked down below, including the eyeshadow palette, which I think is exclusive on Tarte's website if you want to check it out, if it was a favorite of yours as well back in the day. But I will let you guys go and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.